Two 12-year-old girls lure their best friend into the woods. They tell her it's a game. Then they stab her 19 times and walk away. When police ask why, their answer isn't a person. It's a character, one that didn't exist 5 years earlier. One that a stranger on the internet invented, almost by accident, as a joke in a photo contest. This is how a monster gets built. One forum post at a time. On June 10, 2009, a forum called Something Awful ran a contest. The challenge was simple. Take ordinary photographs and edit them to look paranormal. Hundreds of people entered. Most were forgotten within a week. One wasn't. A user going by the name Victor Surge posted 2 black and white photos. Kids playing, ordinary, unremarkable. Except for one detail, half hidden at the edge of the frame. A tall, thin figure, pale white skin. No face, a black suit. He didn't just post the images. He added a caption. A fragment, like it was pulled from a real case file. We didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time. That single sentence did something the photo alone couldn't. It made it feel documented. Like evidence, not fiction. Here's the part almost nobody plans for. The joke didn't stay a joke. 2 days later, a different user posted his own Slender Man photos. New images, new backstory, adding to the original as if it were all part of the same case. Then a third user joined in. Then a dozen. Nobody owned the character anymore. Nobody could. That was the point. Slender Man wasn't a story with one author. He was a story anyone could add to, as long as they kept the rules. No face, always watching, never fully seen. Within weeks, he'd escaped Something Awful entirely, spreading to 4chan, to Reddit, to Creepypasta forums built specifically to host stories like his. And 10 days after that first post, something happened that changed everything. On June 20, 2009, just 10 days after the character was created, a new YouTube channel uploaded its first video. It was called Marble Hornets. No explanation, no context. Just shaky handheld footage. Like something recovered, not filmed. It followed a film student investigating a friend's abandoned project. A friend who'd vanished after encountering something in the woods. They called it The Operator. The channel never broke character. Not once. No behind the scenes. No credits. No, hey guys, here's how we made this. It was built to be found, not watched. Found, the way you'd find a real disturbing thing online and not know what you were looking at. And it worked. The series would eventually run 92 episodes, pull in over 700,000 subscribers, and rack up 105 million views. By the time people realized it was fiction, millions had already spent hours convinced, at least a little, that it wasn't. For 5 years, Slender Man stayed exactly where he belonged. Games, fan fiction, found footage horror. Then in May 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, 2 12-year-old girls led a classmate into a wooded park. They told her they'd become his followers. They believed, or told each other they believed, that hurting someone would let them prove themselves to him. Would let them go live with him. The attack was near fatal. The victim survived, crawling to a road where a passing cyclist found her and called for help. Investigators later confirmed both girls described Slender Man not as a story, as something real, something they were afraid of and trying to appease. The case forced a question nobody in that original forum thread had ever had to answer. Where does a character stop being fiction? The 2 girls faced trial for the attack. Weeks later, a mother in Cincinnati came forward with her own story. Her 13-year-old daughter had attacked her with a knife after months of writing dark fiction that referenced Slender Man. 2 cases, same year, same character. A documentary was eventually made about the Wisconsin case. Released in 2006, airing on HBO the following year. Eric Knudsen, the man behind the original photos, had never met either girl. Never written a word suggesting anyone act on the story. He'd made 2 edited photographs and a 2-sentence caption for a forum contest. That was the entire chain of causation between a Photoshop joke and a real attempted murder. This is the part worth sitting with, not just the crime itself. Slender Man didn't spread because it was well written. The mythos deliberately avoided graphic violence. Most stories left his victims' fates vague on purpose. It spread because it was built like evidence. No credited author, no single canon. Captions written like case files. Footage that never broke character. Every layer was designed to erase the line between someone made this up and someone found this. That design works exactly as intended on the internet at large. Most people who encountered it understood it was fiction and moved on entertained. But fiction built to look like documentation doesn't check who's reading it. It doesn't know the difference between an adult treating it as spooky entertainment and a 12-year-old treating it as instructions. Eric Knudsen still owns the character, legally. He's gone on to write the story for an official Slender Man video game and later the 2018 feature film. He built something in an afternoon that outgrew every intention he had for it. That's not really a story about a monster. It's a story about how fast a made-up thing can start looking real, once enough strangers agree to keep it going. The scariest part was never the character in the trees. It's how easily we made this up turns into someone found this, if enough people repeat it convincingly enough.